Hello there, good sirs and madams, and welcome back to Hocus Plays Minecraft. My name is Lord Hocus Pocus, and how you doing, guys? How you doing? Welcome back to the series. Thank you for tuning in today. Now, we've done something special, guys. We've done something special. If you haven't seen the replay of the live stream, or you weren't there, which I know most of you probably haven't, I've got some big news for you. Some big news. But before we jump into creations anew, I've got a bit of news for you guys. So first of all, turned the sword into a netherite sword and added mending. I was going to hang on and try to get a perfect sword, but you know what? This one's good enough for me. And then also did a bit of end raiding off camera. So this was between episodes. I don't exactly remember when this was, but bunch of awesome loot, 42 shulker shells. So I think what we'll do is quickly craft up some more shulker boxes because we've been needing and wanting for those. Oh, and by the way, guys, whilst we're down here, say hello to Fluffy number 2. Hey, Fluffy number 2, how's it going? And you, Fluffy number 1, don't worry, we haven't forgot about you. But yeah, new dog on the block, which is always a good thing, right? So let's get these new shulker boxes crafted on up. Hell yeah, guys, that is more like it. That is definitely more like it. Whoops. Okay then, guys, I suppose we'd better check it out, right? The new contraption, the new gizmo. Here he comes. Oh, and where did he go? Where did he go, you wonder? Okay, we'll get to that in just a moment. But as you may have already told or figured out, should probably be the phrase to use, this is our new iron farm. And I built this in a stream over the last weekend. A bunch of you guys showed up. It was great. We had a good time. And Skelly, where are you? Don't interrupt me. Where are you? So didn't quite figure out where that shot came from. But as I was saying, great fun in the live stream. We spent almost 4 hours just working on this contraption here. And let me tell you, it has been worth it so far. So I haven't done too much AFKing in the area. But, you know, this farm is not going to break any sort of records. It's slow, it's steady, but it's very simple. And as you can see up there, uses minimal items and minimal villagers. So we've got 6 villagers in total and 1 zombie. I do need to, however, make some slight changes to it. So I released recently a tutorial video that instructs you guys how to make this. So again, you can find that on my channel if that's something you're interested in. And there were a few things I did in the tutorial video that I haven't done in this design. So I guess we can just do that right now and fix it on up. All right then, so let's make these changes. So first of all, I just need to ensure that the villagers aren't going to escape. And then we're going to pop this block out and this block out. And I think what we're going to do from here is... Now, this could be the tricky part because I don't really have an angle to make this work. So maybe if we come around this side, do something like that. That one can be taken out. And again, we'll do something similar on this side. So the way this farm works is that the conditions for an iron golem to spawn are that a villager has been able to sleep within the last Minecraft day. And also that they've made eye contact with a zombie, which has caused them to panic and therefore request. Well, I guess request, it doesn't really make sense if you think about it logically, but in terms of like game design, they are going to request the spawning of a golem. So that's how this works. And the changes that I'm making right now are to maximize eye contact between the villagers and the zombie so that hopefully the farm should stay consistent. So what we really need to do now is get round to the other side. And over here on the back side of the farm, we're just going to expand across and have another slab right there. Now, I guess I could leave these glass blocks in, but I don't know. The slab just... It's what I used in the video, so we're going to use it right here as well. In the tutorial video, that is. And then we can actually go ahead and place another slab in the middle there. And then we should get one on top here. So something like that. And then once again, we're going to run back around to the front of the farm. We need a third slab right there. That allows us to remove this, this, and that. And you can clearly see that this has opened up the farm quite a bit, but also ensures that the villagers can't escape. So the eye contact now between the villagers and the zombie should remain quite consistent. Now, again, another issue I'm facing is that occasionally the golems won't fall down into this pit. And you guys already probably know what that pit is, but I will show you just about where it leads a little bit later on in the video. So I think something else we're going to have to do today is make sure that there's some sort of water system that pushes any stray golems back into this central zone so that they do fall down into the lava blade. But let me quickly finish up here. Okay then, guys, so we're finished up with those changes and this is what the farm now looks like. So as I say, this should just make that little bit little bit more consistent with the iron golem spawns, because sometimes I've noticed that the eye contact doesn't seem to be there, so it can slow down the spawning of the golems, which of course you don't want in a farm like this. And one more thing to explain before we move on here is the reason why we built it so high up is because villagers have the ability to spawn iron golems, I believe up to 16 blocks away from their location. So effectively we've gone up 20 blocks to make sure that we're high enough up that the villagers won't be spawning golems here on the surface level, because if they were to do that, then of course we have no control over them. They're pretty much forced to spawn in our little platform area up there, which is exactly where we need them to be. Alright guys, I've just made myself a nice cup of tea to drink whilst recording here. Very good, very good indeed. Alright, let's head into the ravine base. I'm about to show you where this whole iron golem farm links up. So, what we want to do is fly along this way a little bit. We clear the bridge? We certainly can, we're on our way. Alright, so once we get down to the cow farm here, we've got the cactus farm right here, which is temporary. And then this little hidey hole here contains a double chest. And inside of that double chest, conveniently, we have some poppies and some iron ingots. So this is where everything links up. The iron golem farm is somewhere right up in the sky above us. And the reason why I built it where I did was, firstly, because it allows us to link the iron golem farm to our base, which is pretty darn cool. And secondly, the fact that we're going to spend so much time in this area means that the farm will continue to operate whenever we're in the base, meaning that we'll just be collecting resources whenever we're in the area. So something I quite like to do now that we've got this chute is to drop into it and fly on out like so. Let's just make sure everything's okay up here. I haven't seen one spawn in a while, which is kind of worrying me, guys. It's kind of worrying me, so I don't know what exactly is going on here. Hello? Machine thing, do you still work? So I just relogged my world. You could see the generation going on in the background. And we got a spawn, but I know for sure that this is kind of a glitch in this version of the game. So in one of the latest snapshots, I think they've got rid of this, but every time you reload the overworld, it will spawn a golem. So again, if we just save and quit the title, hit single player, hit the LP world here, we should get a spawn immediately. Oh, yep, there we go. All right, so I guess it's working, but one thing I did notice was that when you take a look in there, the villagers don't really seem too upset about the zombie being in the position that he's in. Which, again, I don't know, it's just kind of strange to me. They should be worried about him, but it doesn't look like they are. They're kind of just, you know, talking as mates, not really worrying about the zombie that's very, very close by. So I don't know. I don't know, but as I say, I've kind of seen a similar problem before. Anyway, that is enough jibber jabber. I think we've wasted enough time here kind of going over the farm itself, and here we go again with this issue. So what we're going to do is we are going to get started on some additions, I guess. Just making this thing a little bit nicer looking, adding a few extra details that allow the farm to operate a little bit more consistently, and overall just continuing where we left off at the end of the stream. And just a quick life pro tip for you guys. Whenever working with iron golems, be prepared to get yeeted. I just did. Killed me in one hit. Oh yeah. Update alert. Update alert, guys. Here it is, the framework for the chute that will ensure that the golems are actually falling into the trap that we want them to fall in, rather than wandering around on the plains here. We don't want them outside of our farm, because again, another feature of this farm, or sorry, another mechanic of this farm, is that we need to make sure the golems are dying ASAP. Otherwise, the next golem won't spawn, because there's a limit to how many golems you can have in a, doing quotation marks on my fingers here, village, because this is kind of a false village that we've created. So we just need to make sure they die as quickly as possible. And how we're going to do that is to enclose everything here, probably in some glass. Now, I've got a bunch of regular glass, but realistically, we're not going to use that. We're probably going to use something like this glass, the light gray glass, which complements the colors that we've used here a lot better. So we've got a lot of stone. We're now going to add some spruce to the mix, because of course we pretty much have to, right? Spruce is love, spruce is life, spruce is... It's just everything. If you don't have spruce, what do you really have? So let's take a step back here, because I also want to try to implement another kind of pattern into this, and I'll explain in just a moment. So what we'll have is glass pretty much the entire way up, and I might even just place glass all the way up and then edit it afterwards. But I think every now and again, I want to throw something else in. So maybe like just a strip of andesite, for example, just to break it up, because having an entire glass chute might not be that interesting, but we definitely do want to be able to see inside. So let's switch it up a little bit, get a bit of a pattern going on, maybe try and add some lighting if we can, so that this thing is lit up at night so that we can see the golems any time of the day. I think that would be quite cool. So yeah, let's keep it moving. All right, so this is what we're left with so far. I've just gone with straight glass for the time being. Now we need to figure out how many blocks we are going to have in between each of the andesite barriers I'm going to have. I guess I'm going to call them andesite, I don't know. Andesite strips, we'll call them. So I was thinking 5 glass blocks, but it doesn't really work out exactly. So we'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 andesite. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 andesite. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 andesite, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 andesite. So it'd have to go up another 2 blocks. I guess we could test it out and see what it looks like. Oh, I don't know, guys. I don't know. It needs something else, right? It's so flat. It's just a tall, flat object. It looks like a box, and Minecraft is made of boxes, so we need something different. And I'm thinking maybe we could switch it up with some trapdoors. So let's just see how this looks. What I'm either planning to do is do... actually, you know what? I think I'm going to do something a little bit different than my original idea. So what I was going to do is maybe have a trapdoor in the middle. But I think that I'm actually going to go with trapdoors on the outside like this. And we'll do that all the way up on each corner. So wherever the andesite blocks are due to intersect each other, we'll go ahead and place a couple trapdoors. And just hope this gives us an extra little bit of depth, because, as I say, this is kind of flat, kind of boring at the moment. And it's going to be, you know, sometimes you can let things like that slide, but this is going to be a structure that is very visible in our world. So I want to make sure that we make the best of it instead of having just this huge plinth that is super duper boring. Let's quickly take a look at what we've got going on here. See if we're onto something or not. Yeah, you know what? That it's not amazing, is it? But it does definitely give it something else. So let's continue with that idea. You know what, you guys? You know what? That's actually a lot more bearable. I didn't think it would have this effect, but it looks a lot better, right, with those trapdoors. A little bit of depth, not too much. Now, I'm going to try to get rid of this guy so we can test out our new contraption, but I don't want to get too close because he's already killed me once. I'm not going to let you do it again, big guy. All right, he's down. So hopefully we'll get some spawns now and we can start to see them come down our chute that we built. But that also means that we can get rid of these fences, because the only reason I had these in place was to prevent the golems from roaming around the plains here. I think I might have mentioned that. But let's get rid of this, see what happens. Hopefully this thing keeps them, you know, where they should be. I also went ahead and did another thing. I don't think I mentioned this, but I've added a row of slabs across the top there, because if those slabs weren't in place, then the golems are also able to spawn on those blocks. And of course, that's not something that we want to be able to, have happen in the farm. So just slabbing those off means that they are going to spawn on our spawning platforms rather than somewhere that they don't need to be. Okay then, guys, moving onwards, we are going to get to work down here on the killing chamber. So as you guys know, or maybe if you don't know if you're new to the series, we are building our base in the ravine here, but we're going to try to keep the natural shape of the ravine as much as possible. So let's not go too hardcore here, I guess, with this killing chamber and small storage setup. It doesn't have to be anything too advanced either. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a 3x3 glass window that looks into it, I think. That's going to be our first little feature here. So we're probably going to need some of the gray glass for that. And that gray glass is going to go right in here. Let's not let the lava escape in a 3x3, as I say. So let's just cover that up. Have a nice little 3x3, you know, area that we can see into the chamber. And you know what? I'm kind of thinking now, maybe we'll do a 5 tool. I don't want to do a 5x5, but maybe a 5x3. So if we got one more block, perhaps, that might be a good idea. Just so that we can have a good view into our killing chamber here. It'll be a nice feature of the base once it's complete. All right, there we go. And any blocks that fell down, we should be able to recollect. So with the glass there, that means we can still access the chests, which is perfect. We are currently on Y15, so we can add a few more chests in if we want to as well. So what I'm thinking is maybe we add like two more layers of chests, possibly. Actually, you know what? I might do 5 double chests and then have like a small hatch here that leads down to a ladder that allows us to access them. That would probably be a nice idea. Okay, and let's go ahead and actually put some of our newfound riches into use here. So to get things going, we are going to craft ourselves, I think 4 hoppers is what we require. So let's do something like that. And then something like this to create those guys. And this can go right back in the chest. And then I think... how are we going to do this? Let's dig back a couple blocks. So we'll have a hopper behind each of the chests. And I said we're going to have an extra 4 double chests. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, it's right. So let's do some design work here. So we've got all but one wall in place, which is going to allow us, hopefully, to place down the remainder of these chests. Not like that, Hocus. Come on now, they need to be doubles. So we'll get them down like so. And then in the backside of each of the hoppers, I apologize. I mean to say, in the backside of each of the double chests, we'll have a hopper that faces it, something like this. And then that should pretty much do the trick in terms of automatically sorting all of our items into the chests here. So what we'll eventually have as well, as I say, is like a nice little hatch that goes there. So we can open that guy up and go on in. Kind of like a little hideaway storage system. Pretty cool. I think I've used something like that before. But we've really got some trapdoor action going on in this base already, right, guys? We've got these 2 things here. Obviously, we've used the trapdoors in various builds, and now we've got ourselves a snazzy little storage system that includes the trapdoor also. So let me finish up the design work around the flooring here, and then we can think about maybe just adding a little bit of extra detail to the sides or something. Yeah, guys, actually, you know what? I'm really digging this. This looks real cool. So you come down in. I've used some strip spruce for the flooring here. You can access all of the chests from the ladder. And then, of course, it closes back up to kind of disguise the fact that we've got that storage system down there. Very, very concise and very nice. Rhyming again. I'm the rhyme master. All right. Yeah. Okay, so for the next trick here, we're going to add in a bit more spruce just down the edges of the glass because that fits the pattern that we've got going on. So you'll remember earlier in the episode, we built that huge skyscraper thing outside to make sure that the golems were falling exactly where they needed to be. So on the corners of that build, we did have spruce. So we're going to add that once more on the inside. Now, I'm not entirely sure whether we're going to have that on display at the front. We might just confine it to this area like so that you can see it, but it's not protruding through to the ravine. I'm not entirely sure, though. I'm thinking that maybe we do have that on display. Let's look at it with it on display and look at it without. So one side we will have on display, the other we won't. I don't know. I don't know, guys. I'm thinking that actually we should probably throw some design work into the back and that might make things a little bit easier for us to decide. Yeah, you know what? I think that's a lot more appealing now that we've got a bit of design work inside of the tube here. So I think that we will go ahead and leave these exposed. But of course, that does mean we're going to have to put our lava back and, oops, quickly place the glass back in place so that doesn't spill out into our base here. But yeah, not too bad, right? We... You know, I'm also thinking that since it's so wide, because now we are actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I said I wasn't going to do a 5 by 5, so I might actually expand this upwards and maybe do like a 5 by 7 or something. I think that will work better in the long run. It looks kind of stumpy to me. I don't know what you guys think, but yeah, we definitely need to add a bit more height to it. And also, I need to do something about this segment up here. So what we're going to have up in this section is a little bit more glass. So we're going to be able to see inside of the tube because, you know, there might be the occasional situation where, I don't know, we're running into the base and then a golem drops through. I think that might be quite interesting to have open to the base. so that we can see what's going on. So we'll do something like that right here. And then once again, I think I'm just going to follow a similar pattern. So the 5-block combo, I think I'm going to do that all the way up to the andesite that we've got at the top. So again, probably something I'm going to try get finished right now off camera. Nothing like some classic British weather to make you feel at home, right? Rain, rain, go away, as they say. Okay, so I just finished up with the design work on the inside of our tunnel. You can sort of see it, and I'll give you a better look at that in just a minute. But we've got a bigger problem than that on our hands, you guys, and that is the fact that ever since I built this thing, the iron golems just have ceased spawning. Like, I can't get them to spawn in at all, and I really can't put my finger on a reason why either, which is just strange. I don't think this should have any effect on their spawning, but it doesn't, you know, it seems like a bit of a coincidence that, or I mean, like, you know, I don't think it's a coincidence. I'm not entirely sure. I'm really confused, but ever since I built this thing, they've stopped spawning. That is the point and the situation I'm going through right now, and I'm trying to fix it because the iron farm, it needs to work. It needs to work. Anyway, let's ignore that for a moment and just take a slow flight down the tube. And I've made sure to keep the lava out so that we're not going to burn ourselves out when we get to the bottom here. We should be coming past the window sometime soon. I'm not sure which side it's on. Oh, there it is, right there. Okay, and that will probably be larger than 3 blocks tall eventually. So we're back at ravine level. I've increased the size of the window by 2 blocks. I think I just saw an 8-legged freak. Oh, maybe it was a bat. I don't know. But I've increased the size of the window to 7 blocks tall, which I said I was going to do, and it does look a lot better. So we can go ahead and replace the glass. We've got our lava back in place, and everything is looking pretty good. The only thing I'm worried about, as I say, is that farm. It's not producing the golems. No, please. So one thing I definitely have noticed is, first of all, look how many zombies build up underneath this village. And secondly, the villagers don't look to be attempting to sleep. So I think the issue is something to do with the beds. Now I can get inside of their little capsule here, but I really don't know what to do about that. I just tried replacing them. So I broke the beds and replaced them, but that doesn't seem to have done much. You can still see they're not attempting to sleep, and you need them to attempt to sleep in order for the golems to be able to spawn. So that's not happening. Also, another thing, if we do the save and quit method again, it doesn't seem to be working this time. And this is generally, as I say, this is a... Oh, wait, hold up. They kind of like glitched into their beds for a second. That worked, I guess. Not entirely sure if this will carry on, but I also removed these slabs here just to give them this space to spawn in, just in case it was something to do with that. Didn't think it would be, but you never know. Anyway, I'm going to keep an eye out for a few more seconds here just to see if we can get another one. They spawn roughly every 30 to 40 seconds. Oh my god. This is insane. So many zombies. So many. Oh, we've got a skeleton on the attack as well. I think he's helping me though, if anything. Keeps missing me. All right, clean him up. Clean him up. Oh, now I'm on fire. We're good. Okay, so we did... Excuse me. Not you. Where's that skeleton? Oh, he's down in the pond here. Let's get rid of him. Thank you. Okay, so again, we did get another spawn, which is good. We do, however, need to replace the slabs up there. Sir, excuse me. I'm trying to record here. Okay, let's eat up. Don't want to die. So let's get the slabs back in place. And then I'm going to try and move this guy on so that we can get more room for golems to spawn in. All right, guys, great news. Great news. They seem to be spawning again. So I can end today's episode without feeling sad, which is awesome. And that is something that we are going to think about doing right now, guys. So yeah, let's wrap this up. All right then, guys. Welcome back to episode 19 for the last time. Oh, there's another one. Awesome. You love to see it. You love to see it. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. And as I say, a lot of this was done on a stream. So I'm sorry if you guys were interested in seeing that done in a video. But you can actually go back and watch that stream on my channel if you want to do so. So make sure to check that out if you're interested. Also, if you did like the video, then I'd appreciate a like down below. I really would. So go ahead and do it, guys. If you like the video, make sure to drop me a like. That is going to be very useful. And as I say, I'd appreciate it. If you're new around here, then first of all, welcome to the Hocus Pocus channel. How you doing? Hope you enjoyed today's video and that I did a good enough job to convince you to subscribe. And finally, any questions, suggestions, comments, or feedback should be left in the comment section down below the video. All right, guys, take care. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.